Thanks for joining us for how to promote your property with Expedia Group. Many of you may know that Expedia Group comprises all the brands that you see here. With over 650 million monthly website visits, Expedia Group is the largest OTA in North America. They give your property visibility on over 20 different websites in 75 countries. Plus, they spend about $5 billion with a B annually on marketing to promote properties just like yours. Here today to talk to us about OTA strategy is Brittany Rodebush. Brittany Rodebush started her hospitality career working with Expedia Group. She has worked across several teams within Expedia Group and truly knows what to do to help her partners. She recently helped drive improving the onboarding process with Expedia Group and is now bringing her knowledge to work with software providers that have partnered with Expedia Group. Brittany, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Nathan, and thank you guys for the opportunity to speak today here with ResNexus clients. Again, my name is Brittany Rodebush, and I've been with Expedia for almost 9 years. A few random facts about myself is I grew up in a very small rural town here in Missouri that booms in the summer with tourism from a spring-fed river. I worked, or was, I would say, grew up, because I was always there, that overlooked the river. Little did I know that this inn was a client of ResNexus. Now that was, 15 years ago. So it is interesting how full circle life can come sometimes. My day-to-day job here at Expedia is I manage relationships with software providers who partner with Expedia, such as ResNexus. And my other random fact about myself is I've deemed myself as a semi-professional weightlifter. I participate within Olympic weightlifting, so somewhat in CrossFit, but it is a sport at the Olympics. You can check it out. But I also participate in the traditional squat, bench, deadlift. Pretty proud to say that I can bench up to 200 pounds. However, back to work. I love working for a company who brings travelers delight by giving them the best options for their trips. So that could be a family vacation, honeymoon, or a quick getaway. As Nathan mentioned, I've worked in a plethora of roles here at Expedia, which has given me the advantage of learning multiple items to help improve processes from sales, our finance, onboarding, and now with our connectivity providers or software companies. Being able to work within this industry now has given me opportunity to help bring new technology to make things a little more seamless from the properties such as yourselves to the travelers that might be shopping for their dream vacation on Expedia Group. So just a quick overview of what today's agenda is. I'm going to go over who is Expedia Group, in case you're not one of our partners yet, our global scale and reach, and how that can benefit properties, our Traveler Value Index Guide. This is going to show the top trends for travel in 2022. And then I'll discuss promotions, why you would create them, the best case scenarios for a few. And then Nathan's going to show you how you can now build these directly in ResNexus software. And it'll show directly up on our websites now. And then lastly, a little Q&A. So here at Expedia Group, our mission statement is, we believe travel is a force for good in the world. So it's our mission to power global travel for everyone, everywhere. We want to make sure that we can give people the delight of booking a vacation. And you ask, how do we do this? We do that through a few of our brands, and by a few, I mean 20. Currently, we have over 145 members that are loyal to our brands. So again, one of our unique features that just came out in the last year is we've unified our loyalty program across all of these brands. Our loyalty program will be the most complete travel reward offering in the industry. So it gives you an opportunity to participate in one of the largest loyalty programs to entice travelers to book at your property. There are unique features along with our loyalty program. You can do things as a members only deal, which will limit the audience to people who are just in part of our loyalty program, and they have the ability to earn and redeem rewards when they choose. Our unique offering of being listed on Expedia Group, you get the benefits of multiple OTAs in one and allow travelers who have loyalty points with us to redeem at your property, and you'll see no difference when they check in. You're in good company when you partner with us at Expedia Group. We harness the power of travel and technology and insights to help travelers at every stage of their journey, from research, planning, to choosing the best offering. Our partner network is made up of hundreds of millions of properties, airlines, car companies, cruise lines, and activities. That way, we are creating an unparalleled choice for our travelers across the globe. And here at Expedia Group, we've been in business for over 25 years and making travelers' dreams come true. The best travelers are those whose expectations are met by the experiences that you provide. Our online sites can be trusted to match the ideal traveler with a perfect property. So it might be a unique stay on the river, such as one that I grew up at, or cabin in the woods, or any of the type of properties that are listed here on Expedia. And being part of our program gains you the loyalty of a variety of customers and advocates of high quality travelers to meet all of your seasonal needs. And here in 2022, as travel returns, we have the reach and infrastructure to welcome travelers back to your property. We have millions of travelers booking through some of our most trusted online sites. But being a partner with us, you're able to take advantage of our scale to attract perfect guests, those who will value what you're offering by appealing to their exact travel desires. So hopefully, we're bringing countless travelers to your door from around the world or the corner that you might not otherwise reach. Back on the global scale, we want to bring the world to your door. Whether you operate one property or several, we can extend your reach across the 7 seas. So if you partner with us, you'll be able to connect your property to a world of travelers. Some of those benefits will be you don't have to worry about your messages being lost in translation. Details about your property are available in 40 languages. Plus, guests can book in their own currency. We do the translating, currency converting, and booking site management so that you don't even have to worry about that. What you need to worry about is when the travelers get to your door, making their experience the best that it can be. And again, we make payments easy for our international travelers. Just one less thing that you need to worry about. Every day we have millions of travelers visiting our booking sites, and here's just kind of a quick scale of how much traffic that you can see here on Expedia Group. So whether they're looking to book a vacation, a package deal, or if they're wanting to just book a property, this is the type of traffic that we're seeing on our site. So 1.5 billion monthly site page views. We have 112 million monthly unique visitors. So let's not repeat. Again, like Nathan said, we do business in over 70 plus countries. We do 30 different currencies for our guests. Again, huge scale for our loyalty members, over 100 plus million. And one unique thing that you might need to consider if you're not already doing this is our package travelers are typically high value travelers. They book 40% more trips, typically stay twice as long. They like to spend a little bit more money and can have a 20% higher average daily rate on these. And most importantly, 44% less likely to cancel. Thanks to the access that we can give you guys for the most extensive travel data, we can provide you with industry and market insights on current travel trends and more, all to give you the information that you need to confidently take the right actions for your business by matching you with the perfect guest. And with our full set of intuitive tools, you can take advantage of market opportunities and save valuable time when you have other things to worry about. One of our intuitive tools that ResNexus has recently adopted is the promotions capability that is now offered within their own software. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. We provide you with a real-time travel data. So now we're going to segue into our Traveler Value Index Guide. So this will go over a little bit of what we're looking, or excuse me, what travelers are looking for while booking in 2022. So this is just our second year of the Traveler Value Index. In November of 2021, we conducted research across 5,500 respondents, all adults, but across multiple countries from Australia, France, Germany, Canada, US. And these are a few of the top takeaways. People value travel and personal time more than ever. Flex travel is ranked as a top priority. And what that means that we'll talk about in a moment is that we still want to make sure that we're giving the options of flexibility on cancellation policies. And travelers are focused intently on traveling for good. We'll dive into that. So I'm going to go over 10 of the top things that we're seeing for this year. 1, most people will travel in the next 6 months, and still frequent quick trips are trending. And I'll share later on how we can potentially entice travelers to extend their weekend getaway with a promotion. Some of the other useful data points that's not on the slide: 56% who are out working remotely will take a bi-leisure style trip this year. So they'll extend a work trip for leisure or vice versa. Number 2, more than half of the respondents from the survey are wanting to invest more in travel than they did in pre-pandemic. So some are saying that this might be a trip of the lifetime in 2022. This also will go in tandem with our loyalty points on people wanting to spend more on travel. 40% of travelers are wanting to use some of their loyalty points that they racked up during the pandemic to help fund trips. So a lot of people do have a lot of points sitting around that they didn't use during the pandemic. So they are wanting to help assist with maybe a trip of the lifetime this year to offset some costs. So don't miss out on a booking from over our 145 million travelers if you're not on Expedia Group, because 2 in 5 people are looking to use the loyalty points for at least part of their trips this year. So almost 40%. International travel is already making a comeback. The survey was completed in November of 2021. Since then, the borders in the US have opened. We are seeing the flood of international travelers coming to the US. Now, while most travelers are still planning to use their own car or rental car for an upcoming trip, about 70%, more than half are saying that airplane is their preferred mode of travel. But we are still seeing that flights are still trending a little slower than normal. So while they are regaining popularity, let's make sure that we have the ability to entice international travelers with making sure that we have a great offer as well. So we'll come to that in a moment. But about half of the millennials and almost the same percentage of Gen Z say that they are likely to travel international this year, or they already have a trip booked, while baby boomers are still being a little hesitant and staying closer to home. Flexibility is still a top priority for our travelers. As what we saw in 2021, it's still trending in 2022. The ability to book travel for a reasonable price and make changes to trip itineraries is an absolute must in the eyes of our travelers. It appears this is still going to be a widely held expectation. It's not only here to stay, but it has become an industry standard. So let's make sure that we are offering multiple types of rates. You can still offer that non-refundable if you are looking for that type of booking, but make sure that you still have that refundable rate. Doesn't deter guests from booking at your property because they are still seeking that flexibility. So again, as you can see, 83% still want that flexible fare, while 84% says a discounted fee is influential when they're booking a flight or hotels. Almost all people say that they will adapt travel plans because of the current lack of workers in the tourism industry. I think this is starting to boom back a little bit now. Again, this is from November, but here are a few steps that they're willing to take to ease the strain during the upcoming months. They're okay with adding in a little extra time for services and transits. People are willing to pay a little higher price as well. They are wanting to shop and spend locally as well. And hopefully they are really going to tip more than normal. A growing number of travelers are looking to minimize the impact on the environment, even when it requires an investment. So still trending very high that people are looking to book within a less crowded destination. They are willing to pay a little bit more to make a trip sustainable. 43% will still travel locally. I think one of the cool things that came out of the pandemic this year is people were able to discover things much closer to home that still bring them joy when they're traveling. Following the last 2 years, there is still a heightened focus on travel for personal well-being. It seems trips will have a healing effect for many. Through a study of more than, I think, 12,000 travelers across 12 countries, this is what we saw from the results. 38% are prioritizing relaxation as they plan their next trip, and 36% are searching for a sense of contentment and mental well-being. And still kind of related from COVID is people are willing to use personal days for travel like they never have before. They are looking to separate professional and personal life. I know that's kind of been a hard thing for a lot of people when they're working from home. 59% are more likely to take a 2-week vacation, when I think is an outstanding statistic. And travel companies must continually adapt to the industry challenges, but that just means that we need to be prepared for fluctuations in demand for the foreseeable future. In this new environment of uneven recovery, it's more important than ever to differentiate from competition and earn loyalty from travelers who will inevitably experience plenty of brands or hotels vying for their attention. So here's just a quick overview of some of the 6 top items that we're looking at. We want to make sure that we are still offering that refundable rate so people have plans change, that they don't lose their money. And again, like I said earlier, let's provide a range of options and pricing so you can still offer that non-refundable rate so they're locked in and guaranteed. Make sure you still have the refundable rate. And then as we jump in shortly, how you can tie in promotions. So offering new incentives, promotions to provide some type of differentiation in a hot rebounding market. Everybody is trying to recover. So how can you be different from the property down the street? And for a competitive edge, consider introducing a new deal for quick trips. We'll dive into that in a moment. And then don't forget, if you are on our Expedia website, you're a part of our loyalty program. So you can entice our travelers that we value as a high value traveler. Think about how your company can play a role in our loyalty program. So if you are listed on Expedia, you are participating in our loyalty program. And strive to be a companion for your travelers every step of the way. So from planning it, through their trip, and afterwards, so that you can see if you've met their expectations. So now that we've kind of talked about a few of the top things that travelers are looking for in 2022, let's talk a little bit about promotions and what those play for in business for you. So in the past, you would have to log into ResNexus, check your rates, and then you would need to log into Expedia Partner Central to create a promotion or manage a few other certain items. While that's still an option, Partner Central is not going away. ResNexus has become one of our top partners, and they now have the ability to create promotions within the software to feed directly over to Expedia. So no more logging into multiple systems, remembering all those passwords. You could do it all in one. So with travel rebounding this year, what are some reasons to create a promotion? Well, here's a few. So we want to drive reservations and extend stays with promotions. Having a room discount is among the top 5 ways to entice extended stays. You can create a promotion exclusively for travelers that are looking to stay longer and help choose your property by offering a discount for a longer stay. So let's say people are still doing that quick getaway for the weekend. How can you entice them to cover a weekday night? So if you want to cover a Thursday or Monday, maybe you offer stay 3 nights, get 10% off. Travelers are still booking last minute more than ever, and they tend to do it where? No other than your mobile phone. So you can capture this demand by customizing a last minute deal, same day deal. Also, a little deeper, you can limit it to mobile only. So if people are booking online at work before they go to their vacation, they won't see that. But if they're in the car on the way to the destination, you can advertise just on a mobile only offer to capture those travelers. And then lastly, let's strategically use promotions. You can capitalize new traveler behaviors from some of the research I've shared. You can create an early booking promotion that can influence their booking decisions early on, so you can help cover some room nights early on in their trips. So a few things that we can look at here. You can maximize bookings by ensuring guests always have access to the best rates. And you can do this by various audience filters, different types of promotions, which will be on the next slide. You can preset for audience, time frame, length of stay, so minimum 3-night stay, minimum 7-day stay. You can do a lot of different types of ways to provide control with your promotions to make sure you're capturing all the eyes that you can. The specialized merchandising will increase your visibility and see that more travelers are seeing and booking your property. And a quick little fact, almost 5 million promotions were created last year. So don't be one that's missing out on capturing new travelers to your properties or filling those last few room nights. So here's a couple options of promotions. Just a quick overview, kind of showing if what you're wanting to do, what you can try, and what the benefit of it is. So again, like I was saying earlier, you can limit exposure to mobile only offer. Again, beneficial for those booking last minute. Also, an option could be a same day discount, or like I said earlier, to fill a weekday night, maybe entice them by staying 3 nights and then you get the discount. Now, to target our high value travelers, so those who participate in our loyalty program, you are limiting the audience to only our members. You can create a member only deal for our travelers. And then research shows they tend to spend a little more money and typically book higher than the base room. And then those who do the research and plan in advance, like myself, I usually search for 3 months in advance and look at every hotel. How can you capture the eye of someone who's planning well in advance? An early booking deal can entice them. So if they feel like they're getting the deal, even though they're booking months in advance, that will help them pull the trigger. Now that we've had a brief overview of just a few types of promotions, obviously you can create any type of promotion. This is just a quick overview of what it looks like on our websites. So as you can see in the first column here, there's no promotion, but that rate doesn't stand out at all to our travelers. The next option is just a flat rate, so 10, 20, 30% off, Black Friday deal, something like that, as a single discount, just a flat offering. Next one, same day deal. That could be trying to fill room nights that maybe you just have 2 rooms left for the weekend. This will help you cover those room nights. And then lastly, capturing our high value travelers, part of our loyalty program, offer that members only deal. They are going to be a high value traveler that is going to value what they're getting, and this will limit the audience to just those. Now I'm going to turn it over to Nathan. He's going to explain how you can create and manage your Expedia Group promotions directly in their software. Again, this is a new technology that ResNexus has adopted to provide properties the ability to seamlessly manage promotions within your PMS. No more multiple logins, and you don't have to switch back and forth. So over to you, Nathan.
Thanks, Brittany. That's right. ResNexus is happy to announce our new Expedia promotional API, meaning that you can now run promotions directly through the ResNexus back office. It is really easy to access and set up these promotions. So before we set up the promotions, you want to make sure that you have an Expedia account. The first step to connecting the accounts is by navigating to the ResNexus back office and then click on Direct Connect and then Expedia. As you can see here, you will place a hotel ID in the space provided and complete the rest of the setup process. If you have questions during this process, be sure to click the box in the bottom right and review the steps.
Now, of course, ResNexus is here to help. I really encourage you to call and ask for help pairing your rooms correctly. Depending on your subscription, there is a setup fee, but for the most of you, there isn't a cost for this service. So once you have your Expedia Hotel ID, reach out to support or call your red carpet professional to help ensure your rooms are set up correctly.
Now, many of you already have your Expedia account set up, so I'm not going to spend any more time on the account setup process. It is really easy to access and set up these promotions. Once again, the path is ResNexus, Direct Connect, and then Expedia. From here, click on Promotions on the right-hand side. And in this example, maybe I want to add a 10% discount promotion. I'll scroll down to the bottom and then click Save. Now that promotion is running on Expedia's website. You won't have to go into Expedia to make these changes any longer. It can all be done from the ResNexus back office. Now, if I navigate back to my ResNexus back office, I can see all the promotions I have running at that time and for how long, all in one place. So let me show you what this looks like live.
Once you've signed into ResNexus and navigated to the settings page, you're going to head to the Direct Connect channel and select Expedia. You'll see on the right-hand side of the page the Promotions tab. In here, you'll see any of your existing Expedia promotions as well as any future promotions that you have set up. You have the option to create different types of promotions, including basic, early booking, multi-night, and same-day promotions. You can also click into any of the existing promotions to make edits. Once you're on the promotions page, it will create an ID for that promotion. You'll enter the name, which is also your coupon code. You'll set the status, whether you want this to be an active promotion or inactive, a start date and end date, the window of time during which the guest can stay to receive the promotion, the minimum and maximum advance notice, and any stay length requirements. You will then enter if it is going to be a single discount or a day of the week discount, as well as the base percent off. If you're offering an additional percent off for members, you will add that as well. For example, if you wanted it to be 15% off for non-members and 20% off for members, you would put 15% off in the base and 5% off in the member-only field. So member-only discounts stack on top of your base discount. Then select which rate plan this is going to apply to and any blackout dates for that promotion. If you want to flag it as a contracted promotion, member only, or a mobile user only, you will do so here and then select Save. And remember, ResNexus is here to help. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to the support line at 385-218-2637.
Great. So please be sure to take a moment to fill out our survey at the conclusion of this webinar. Your feedback is really important to us, and it helps our guest presenter. During our next webinar, we will discuss how to critique your website. Do you ever wonder what makes a website successful? In this webinar, we'll learn how to critique your own website and better understand the elements and content that attract more traffic and reduce friction during the guest shopping experience. Join us April 20th at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you like this webinar and want to see past webinars, you can find them on resnexus.com under Education and then Webinars. This will bring up all of our upcoming and past webinars, where we have well over 50 different webinars for free as a resource to you. If you are a ResNexus customer and have questions, feel free to reach out to the support team by clicking support in the back office. And you can either call your red carpet professional or call the general support line. Now, if you haven't already, of course, you will need to create an account with Expedia. This can be done at welcome.expediagroup.com, as you see in the upper left. Once you navigate to this site, you'll need to click on List Your Property on the right-hand side here, and then follow the prompts. It can take between 24 and 72 hours for Expedia Group to provide you with a hotel ID. You will need this hotel ID to link your Expedia and ResNexus accounts. But it's as simple as these 4 easy steps, and again, it takes you less than 45 minutes. All right, now it is time for questions and answers. So let's see if we have any questions for either myself or Brittany Rodebush. Brittany, thanks so much for taking the time.
Yes, thanks, Nathan, for having me today. I've really enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know.
While we're waiting for questions to come in, do you want to share some of the feedback that we received during the registration process? I know we asked 3 questions. First one being, how many of you are actually Expedia customers? How many people on this webinar are actually using Expedia?
Yeah, yeah, thanks, Nathan. So yeah, I was just looking over what we had, and I think about 64% of who completed the survey are using Expedia today. And around 20% of you say that around 10% of your bookings are coming from Expedia. And I think 20 people said it's between 20 and 30%, so it's pretty significant. And 3 say over 50% of their reservations are coming from Expedia. So pretty good statistics. The other question was, we just asked if you guys were aware of the capability to build promotions within the ResNexus software. The most of you said no, so I really do hope today brings a little bit of awareness to encourage you to try it out for the next promotion.
Great, yeah. I think too, what's really interesting, what I guess resonated with me during your presentation was regarding the packages. So I want to make a quick distinction. When Expedia is referring to that package slide, where I think you said, you know, they stay 40% longer, or they spend so much more, and they're less likely to cancel. I think that at least for me, when I was working at the hotel, we would always make sure that we were advertising and promoting our rooms on Expedia, because then that's where people would book everything. So they might get their rental car, their flights, and then they have those two things and they're still just looking for accommodations and they haven't decided yet. They would see your rooms on there. So when you're talking about packages, you're talking about rental cars and flights and bundling those together. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. So on a package, when we label a package rate plan, that would be so that people can book it when they're searching for, let's say that they're going to go to Salt Lake City for the first time and they've booked their flight. On the next path or the next screen, they'll have the option to book a car and a hotel or a unique stay property. So that will be when your property will be available for them to get all in one.
Perfect. Great. Do we have any questions for either myself or Brittany Rodebush with Expedia?
Catherine asked a question, and I think it's a great question just to clarify on what a contracted promotion is. So thanks for asking that, Catherine. I think honestly, it's just kind of the wording. So there's kind of different ways you can limit the audience of your promotion. So the contracted promotion, don't be scared by the word contracted. That does not mean that you're tied in to do that for so long. It means nothing like that. It just means that it's available to all guests. So there's no limit to an audience. So if I've never been on Expedia.com and I go to book and you have a promotion, I have the capability of booking that promotion. And then again, the two ways, two of many ways you could limit that would be to do the members only. So you can select the only Expedia members who are part of the loyalty program would be able to see that. So how that works is once I go on to Expedia.com, I need to make sure that I'm logged in so that I am able to capture and view any properties that we're offering a members only type reservation. Another one that is a very big one this year is a mobile only promotion. So you can limit it to only be visible on a mobile device. So it could be a tablet, obviously our cell phones that we all live with. So that would limit them to only see that. And again, like I said, another way with mobile is you could do limited to mobile only and do a same day deal. Like you said, maybe it's Sunday night and you need to fill a couple rooms for just the night. That would be a way that you could optimize and use that. Because a lot of the times the audience that's being captured on mobile are last minute reservations. So people are already on the road. Maybe it's a spur of the moment. They're spontaneous. I don't know how to do that. I'm one of those people who pre-plans everything because I like to look at all my options, unfortunately. So that would be kind of what mobile options usually entail.
That makes sense. Great. Thanks for that. Are there any other suggestions that you might have for, I guess, our segment? I know a lot of them are bed and breakfasts or maybe smaller campgrounds or RV parks or anything like that. Is there anything there that you might be able to speak to, Brittany?
Yeah, I feel like when you guys have unique stay properties, most of the time your room nights are already booked up. I will be honest, for ResNexus properties, I manage a portfolio of around 12 to 14 providers. For ResNexus specifically, you guys fill your room nights well in advance, usually 30 days in advance, which is very unique to ResNexus properties. And I know that a lot of that has to do with you guys having very unique properties. So my only advice would be maybe if you do have some weekday nights that you're looking to fill just to capture a little bit more revenue, that would be something that you could look at for a promotion, or having people extend their stay. Again, stay 2 nights. They're already going to stay Friday and Saturday. Give them 15% off on the third night. I mean, that is another option. That way, maybe you can extend stays and capture some of those last minute bookings.
Perfect. Oh, that's great advice.
And just one last note, I know we're getting pretty close to time. We are hoping that you guys want to try to use ResNexus. Has been a very great partner so far with Expedia Group. I've been with the pleasure of working with everybody at that company. It's been very nice. But they've invested in their clients, adopting new technology so that you guys don't have to do multiple logins in different areas. So we do hope that you're interested in looking and trying to build your promotions through ResNexus software. They're wanting to make sure you guys have all the capabilities out there that you can. But if in case there's some reason that you have a glitch or something, again, you can call the ResNexus support or Expedia support. Expedia Partner Central is not going away. You do have the capability to still log in there, build your promotions there, or if you're having questions about a promotions, we have the live chat options as well, so someone can help you with that. And then we also do still have the support feature, so you can submit like an email as well to Expedia.
Well, Brittany, I'm not seeing any other questions come in, so I appreciate that wrap up. And of course, I think I speak for both of us when I say I know that we are hoping that all of our partners and our property owners have a successful year ahead. Now that we're done with Q1 of 2022, I know we're all ramping up for spring and summer, and it sounds like it's going to be very busy. A lot of the research I've seen is it's going to be another banner year for a lot of our properties. So Expedia is just another option for our properties to take advantage of. And if there's anything that we can do, feel free to reach out. Again, Brittany, great job on the presentation. Thanks so much for taking the time to join us today. And take care, everyone.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.